everybody. Welcome to another episode of My Two Cents Worth with Erica. I just wanted to hop on here to discuss my healing journey and a way that might help you with your healing journey. I have to say, you may have watched some of my other videos. I'm 4.5-ish months post-op on one hip from bilateral hip replacements, and maybe 5.5-ish months on the other. And even with all the work, all the PT that I was doing, that I stopped PT and started going back to work, which is fitness, that last 15% to get back to 100%, really, it's like the Dickens, just really trying to fight for that. You know, and when I say that, I'm walking, I'm sitting, I'm standing, I'm going up and down steps, but it is in a weakened state, and it's just this weird, painful weakness, unlike anything that I have experienced in my professional career doing movement for a living, being a retired dancer that's still teaching. And it just really has me feeling so grateful for Miss Carol and Miss Leah at the Kettering Dance Medicine Department for physical therapy. I was having a psoas issue on the left hip and a nerve issue on the right hip, and quite honestly, a bit of a nerve issue on both sides. And even though I was doing all the things, I was just kind of almost going backwards as far as range of motion, lacking that, needing to kind of use my hand to lift the leg up and down again. And I thought, oh, heck to the no. Do we want to go back to that place? And just not knowing really where and how to retool that. And I have to say, I have people at my church, people that are family members, people that I've met through you all here online, through being public about my healing journey, that have had even one hip replaced, or a knee replaced, or a shoulder replaced, or a clean out, or a partial, and they've never been right, and they've always had pain. And what I really want to give a shout out to is when we have really excellent care in our culture with big pharma. They're all about giving us the drugs. They'll want to give us pain medication and muscle relaxers to try to numb that pain. And regular physical therapists, I think, are kind of limited. They get to a spot and then you're kind of the walking wounded, and they're like, well, this is your new normal, deal with it. But my 2 cents worth about that is I'm so very grateful, because going back to PT a couple times a week, eventually I'll go to once a week. I'm doing a lot of different movement that is very kind of novel ways of me retooling. The palpation, the massage that I'm getting when I'm there is very specific and very different than what you typically don't get through a regular massage therapist. When you're dealing with the hips, it's around the groin. And when you go for regular massage, I've had some massage therapists that aren't comfortable massaging around the entire hip. Unfortunately, I've had a couple male masseuses that have molested me when I'm trying to get that area of my body worked with. And I'm just so grateful for having such great care of people that can think out of the box and help me help myself, so that I can work through the nerve damage to get the nerves repaired and healed, and that I can work on where the muscles are spasming in an irregular way, and how do I work through that to get more functional movement. And today, teaching jazz class, I was able to get Bob Fosse kind of movement. I've been jokingly saying that I'm, instead of looking like a linebacker and a busted trucker, which is the way I've been walking, or like a broke down ape, I'm starting to get my sachet Shantae back to where I can have my girly movement again, or we would call that the spiral line in the body through gyrotonic or Pilates and reformer. So I want to encourage you, if you're someone that's had surgery, even if it has not been super recent, if you are not finding a way of moving that is bringing you health, wellness, and healing, I encourage you, go to a massage therapist that's deeper trained, go to physical therapists that are deeper trained. I have some of the best working on me, in conjunction with one of the best surgeons, not only in our country, but in our state. So I was really, really blessed with that. People that really know their craft, so that I can get back to not just being the walking wounded, but to really getting back to a stellar level of health and wellness. And already I can tell in the past few weeks of PT, I can lift my leg maybe an inch and a half or 2 inches higher without the horrific pain happening. Am I still pain free? Not yet, but it's pushing the needle in the right direction. When I do my nerve glides and those exercises, it does exacerbate how that nerve feels. I'm still having balance issues on the newer leg, but it is changing the needle to start moving in the right direction. So in our culture, when you have had major surgeries like this, it's kind of like they give you, a run-of-the-mill PT, slap you on the rear, and send you back out into the world. But if you're still struggling, and if everything is structurally sound in your body, then more than likely it's a soft tissue issue. And if you can't afford physical therapy through your insurance, you can write off things like gyrotonics, things like Pilates reformer, Pilates Cadillac sessions, using the Pilates Wonder Chair. You can always write those off typically as a holistic health expense on your taxes, and it is a functional, elevated way to safely move in your body versus just taking an aerobics class or working out at the health club where you might overdo, or if you're not really trained on how to move structurally from a major surgery. You need to be around people that have had this kind of training, whether they're PTs, whether they're people like myself, that do movement on a professional level, and are trained of what do we do with people pre, intra, post-op. So know that tax season is coming up. So save those receipts, and when you file your taxes next year, you can have your tax preparer show you how to write those off as holistic health expenses. So keep it moving. Find ways of moving that are elevated, that help you work through the soft tissue damage so that the structure that your doctors have put inside your body, so we can get you the most balanced you can be and that we can live the most joyful life. I'm a mover, and I tell people it doesn't matter which way you see me for movement, whether they're dance classes, yoga classes, gyrotonic method, or Pilates classes. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this is how the Holy Spirit, the God force, whatever religion you practice, this is how the sacred, holy energy animates this body, and we have to find a way to keep you moving and functioning and enjoying life as long as we can for as well as we can. So having said that, namaste, peace and blessings. Have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Peace out.